and they chain JJ to the wall. But as they put him down, they just kind of slowly rest him on the ground. You can
Is he alive?
You can all tell that he is breathing.
No shit.
But he is unconscious.
No!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I start faking like I'm having a seizure. Like I'm trying to make myself foam at the mouth.
We all just start laughing. I just start laughing hilariously.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
I also laugh.
1. Actually, technically that's -1.
Does he
if
know
you count
why
0.
we're laughing?
No, he doesn't. But he's about to. As you're doing this and just like doing a terrible job of it, the guard looks over after he had just closed the door after locking up JJ and looks over. You just he just shakes his head. Listen, guy, your buddy already tried this, and frankly, he did a much better job. This isn't gonna fly, and as you can already see, even if you were actually dying, we can bring you back.
You start having a seizure, he said.
I had a plan for that. But I actually did a somewhat decent job.
Oh my god. That's fucking great.
Made all this was worth it right there.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did. I was like,
Seriously?
I'm having a seizure.
Yeah.
That's why we all started
glue.
laughing.
Yeah.
And his performance check was actually pretty good.
That's actually pretty good.
It wasn't like a nat 1.
No.
With a -2 on the modifier.
That's pretty good.
Hilarious.
It's about as bad a roll as you could get.
Well, the first thing Eel does is like, I fake a seizure.
As you all sit there, the guard just kind of shakes off at Insano. But you guys can start hearing what sounds like hammering in the not far distance. Boards being slapped together. Guard looks over. Oh, looks like they're erecting the stage for our hero's welcome.
I just growl at him as fiercely as I can with the thing still around.
Nice, I like it.
Ooh. That's all I say to him.
I like it. I like
Can't wait to see your performance on stage.
Just stare through him. Like,
you guys can actually see this from your angle.
The stage?
You guys are too close to the ground level, and because they have to look out the window that's over your shoulders. But you can see over by the ruins of the church this little wood stage being erected. As a few hours pass, it's almost complete. It's early evening at this point. You've all defecated yourselves multiple times during the day.
Is this a kumite?
Guess that one goes over my head.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, you ever seen Bloodsport?
Bloodsport?
Oh, wow, sorry, that was a...
the kumite.
The kumite, man. Bolo Young.
And think, you guys can't see the entire stage. You can basically just see like the top layer of it. So you can tell it's probably like a good 14 by 14 square is what you can make out.
Is it an octagon?
That's why I said square.
Monticello math.
Miss Campus class.
No.
Octagons and squares.
And with that, you can just barely make out Renard walking up onto the steps, kind of walking around, kind of stomping his feet a little bit, like, yeah, this is well constructed, yeah, this works. And he just kind of nods to one of the guards. I want all three of you to give me perception checks.
14.
12.
9.
Not great.
Grizzle and Insano can make out that he has what looks like a familiar book under his arm while he's walking around.
I look at Grizzle. I look back at the stage. Back at Grizzle and just shake my head.
That's a yikes from me, dog.
You don't know anything.
I
Why, did you just poop yourself or what?
Yeah, sure. Dane shits himself.
With that, he just kind of nods over, and one of the guards goes over to the barely erected bell that was still outside of the church. You can see him like brace an arm on it just to kind of get it level again, and he rings it 3 times. You recall this to be how you would gather the townspeople for church. Within a few moments, you can hear murmurings outside of the jail cell. You can see people kind of, and you guys can see this too as you look out another window. You can start seeing individuals just making their way by in the streets.
I would like to shit in my hand. They're behind my back, right?
I like
Yep.
that.
I want to try to shit right into my own hands.
I would just say you successfully do. You've been here long enough, you know how to shift your robes.
I'm fucking holding on to my hands. My hand full of shit.
Give me a constitution check to see how solid it is.
Oh, baby.
11.
It's a little soft, but it's formed.
Okay. Okay.
It hurt a little coming out just because your liquid diet has not been the best, but
Alright,
It's fair.
my hands are full of shit.
do I see him shit in his hand?
you first smell it,
Okay.
Oh god.
and you kind of hear the...
I keep my chin high.
As you just... That's all you see. It's just that fucking
I see
grin.
the chin high. But I don't see him shit in his hands.
Very dignified.
You look like French Stewart right now.
Okay.
As the crowds of the town all emerge and converge on the stage, you can still see some of the guards going back and forth, the 2 of you at least, with lumber pieces. You guys no longer see anyone making pass by, but you can hear what's going on outside. You all can, except for unconscious JJ. Yep. Renard clears his throat a bit.
Yep.
I'm gonna try.
Fellow people of Lerwick, our town has seen many hardships over these past years. We have been ravaged by unprovoked attacks from these orc savages, whose goal only appears to be the destruction of our faith, our way of life. Hailor guides us, as even the darkest of nights. We know the dawn will come. His light shall fall over our fair community once more. In his leadership, we have been given a tool to protect our way of life. As you two can make out that he's like starting to hold the book up. And I would even say, Garbo, you can now too, because it's no longer by his side, he's starting to hold it up. And you can definitely make out that it's that tone. However, he deemed it necessary to first test our resolve. We may have lost our church, but our faith will never be sundered. And as he kind of holds up the book, you can just hear the town, like, cheering and applauding. Just 1 year ago, these travelers, as he kind of gestures towards the prison, came to our fair community with malice intent permeating through their hearts. They deceived us by appearing to aid in our cause against the orc onslaught, while in secret, they conspired to steal the gift Paler wished to grant upon us from under our naive, yet warm and welcoming embrace of them. I only hold the best intentions for our community's future. Yet, it has become apparent that the world at large needs to embrace the light of Paler as well. Greed and strife rule the lands that surround us. We have been blessed with the divine task of making his love known throughout the land. We mustn't relegate ourselves to such a small coven. We need to take this opportunity granted to us and touch the world with his light.
Can we all hear this from the jail cell?
Mhm.
We're able to make out word for word what he's saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because he's projecting it loudly.
Right.
I'm not going to yell as loud as he would be because I don't want Eel's neighbors to hate me.
Thank you.
We will start where it began. Here, in the location Mother Lerwick blessed as our home. We will rebuild the church in a way fitting of Paler's grace. We will do what is necessary to protect our flock from further persecution. The town's guard will be further bolstered and defenses put in place that we may worship as a free people. Cheers erupt from the crowd.
I roll my eyes at just look at the rest of my group. Roll my eyes.
The first step in any journey is always the most difficult. We begin that step at dawn with the warm glow of his grace. These travelers will be given a chance to repent for their sins in front of the community that they have wronged. They will be given the opportunity to repent at the feet of Paler himself. As this happens, you can all hear a large creak, and cheers erupt throughout the crowd. Three of you look on, as you can see the stage is suddenly getting taller. As a three-piece beam structure gets shoved into place, with a little rope dangling from the center of it. A small noose. At dawn, they will be provided the opportunity to save themselves. Although they may have cut short their mortal journeys, their spirits will live on. Now, go in peace, knowing that tomorrow will begin anew, remaking the world in his image. As the dark of night settles upon the hills. In chorus, you hear the entire town chant back, "Look to the light of the horizon." And everyone goes up and cheers. Renard removes himself from the stage, pushing aside the noose as he walks past to the stairs. The town murmurs for a bit. There's some glee about them. But within about 20 to 30 minutes, most of them disperse and go back to their dwellings. What do you do?
Is that drunken dwarf still sleeping on the cot?
Mm-hmm.
Has he been there for a long time?
He has been there since the morning.
Do I recognize him?
You do.
I do recognize him as the dwarf that was in the jail cell when we first got there, that was supposed to be put in a clown suit or gestured in front of the entire thing. And his name was, it escapes me.
Roll me a history check.
Ooh, girl.
3.
Started with an H. That's all you can recall.
H is for horse. Okay. So I just kind of look. I appear to be thinking, which is rare for me. And then I look very puzzled at this drunken dwarf on why he's not in a jail cell and why he's between them, sleeping on a comfy cot. Because I just appear to be puzzled. But also puzzled as to what I heard.
Okay. You are fully puzzled. I mean, you're having a hard time trying to interact with them, so there's not much you can probably do.
Right.
JJ! 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 JJ!
I'm just freaking out. Just start repeating JJ over and over again, muffled through, as I just wobble in place with my scraggly little beard and muffled hair, and just, JJ! JJ! I'm not having a seizure. More of just having a mental lapse. As I've noticed, coming to realize that JJ is over there and that he's breathing, looking across the way and just screaming out his name, just making a lot of noise, trying to piss off the guards, really.
After all this time that has passed that we've been in there, and this cot in the middle, is the chalk still intact? It is still as...
The guy's been doing it.
He's been doing it every day and has continually done so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does guard take notice of my little outburst as I continue? Does he probably just tell me to shut up? Or?
The guard actually isn't present currently at the moment. He's kind of standing outside a little bit.
Okay.
Not really hearing you, but you can kind of see him poke his head back from time to time as he was mainly watching the speech, as it were.
Does the drunken dwarf, he doesn't wake up with me screaming out for JJ, muffled?
Give me, performance. Stepping away from the table for just a moment, we need to thank those who've helped us bring this episode to life. Our friends at Battle Bards. Battle Bards offers an incredible, vast array of sound, music, and effects to bring your games to life. Their Prime subscription service allows you to stream that content from anywhere, including if you play online. With the Prime service, you not only are able to stream that content, but if you wanted to purchase individual tracks for yourself or for use elsewhere, you get 20% off of all of your purchases on the site. Not only that, they give you access to mixers and soundboards to make the sound and effects that you need. If you go to battlebards.com, enter the promo code LOST to get a little discount off of your subscription. Our need for incredible sound is so vast that we're also helped by our friends at Sirenscape. Sirenscape brings amazing atmosphere and music to your games. With their app, you can set the mood at your table on the fly. Their tool sets allow you to create unique music for your games, and with their vast library, you'll find something for almost any RPG setting. Please find links in the description below to both of these amazing services. By using these links, you help us by showing our partners the support you have for our content. Both of these services provide an amazing level of immersion for your players. Check them both out and find out which is best for you. Or you can go our route and use them both, because they're both unique. Thank you to both Battle Bards and Sirenscape for your support. Now, let's get back to the table. Best I can think of.
13.
So as you're just murmuring this back and forth, finally you just see this little dwarf just kind of tussle back and forth a little bit. Oh, fuck. Oh, me head. Oh, God, why would they sleep it off in here? It's so... Oh, God, it stinks. Shut up! As he kind of slowly raises himself off the cot a little bit, he just opens one eye. Oh, hey. Got a friend. There's more of you. As he looks over at Insano. because he has been passed out in there since you arrived.
Is his cot covering the chalk? Or is
No.
he in a different place?
He's in a different place. He's just in that center alley, though. Like, that chalk mark isn't huge. I mean, it's probably like 2 feet in diameter. As he looks about. Oh, hey, there's another one, too. Oh, it's a little one. Hello there, little one. As he's actually looking at JJ when he's saying this. What's wrong with him?
I fart.
Well, two can play at that game, and he rips one right back at you.
I'm trying to get another one on. I don't think I've got it in me.
Your face goes a little red, just from the pushing. Nothing happens.
Just whimpering out in just pure sadness at this, trying to get this dwarf's attention and making a look at him.
How
like,
long has he's been there? As long as JJ, or as long as Insano's been in there?
So basically, almost the entirety of the day.
Has he been in there?
Just a day, it sounds like.
Well, within the months that we've been in there, has he been? Is this the first time he's been back in there?
That's the first time you have seen him back in there. You have seen him and heard him a couple of times.
But not
in the
jail.
Correct.
Grizzle kind of motions for him to come here. Like,
What? In there. So, where should I be stepping to not go into the shit or the piss? No, that's not a clean spot. What? Step on your piss-filled robe? Yeah, no thanks.
I kind of nod towards the little chalk outline. No. So where's that out? Your little cook.
So what was that? You want me to brush it?
Yeah, it's kind of offensive.
Well, you're weak-willed, aren't you?
Well,
I just start going like. I'm looking to start shaking my head like.
I'm looking at the chalk pile. Like, do I know what it is that I'm looking at?
You don't.
Even
Because
though
you haven't seen him come back yet, so you really don't know what it is. It just looks like an arcane symbol to you.
Sure.
He just kind of sits up on the edge of his cot, still like just trying to come to a little bit, looking back and forth. Oh yeah, this is actually kind of entertaining. Look at you, got a bunch of like mute puppets. Why isn't that one doing anything though? Looking at JJ again. I like this one. And he just kind of looks around real quick.
To where?
And you just see him pull out of his pocket a set of keys, and he goes over to the gate that you three are in, and just goes and unlocks it. As you guys all just have this large look on your face. Oh, don't be so surprised. I'm in here all the time. You don't think I've got my own keys? You don't bother with me. I basically come in here and use it like a B&B. You know, bed and booze.
And I just kind of lean as far as I can and go. Yeah.
Dwarf to dwarf?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if I recall, we didn't leave on the best of terms. Yeah, being friendly might have helped you now, wouldn't it have? Motherfucker. Anyhow, he goes over and he just kind of like gives you a kick, JJ, in the side. Hey. He kind of gets down, just kind of puts like his beard, just kind of drapes over your face, and you just kind of see his beard kind of fluff up from time to time when JJ is breathing. Alright, so he's not dead. Hold on, I got something for that. And he goes back to a haversack that was actually tucked underneath his cot. You see him go through and he just pulls out a flask. It's like, oh, they should do it. Yeah. Yeah. And he goes over and he just tears open JJ's mouth because it's the only one that doesn't have a gag in it. and he drains the flask into your mouth.
Watch-
Take one of the normal healing potions.
Ooh, yeah.
What?
Watching very intently across the cell, waiting to see JJ
Now
rise from
like
the dead.
Same. I start trying to shake her.
And total of 4.
Even with the addition on there? Look at the cap.
In the cap.
It's the 2d4
Flip
plus, what, 2?
Oh. Plus 2.
6. I'm assuming that's my current life total.
Correct.
6 times.
Hell, yeah.
6 times. Do
Hell
it.
yeah.
Do it 6
As
times.
You pop back to consciousness.
Holy shit.
I fake a seizure.
How long have you been waiting for that? Oh, it was.
Very nice.
Okay, so I'm barely conscious.
I try to like rattle my chains a little bit, see if I can get his attention.
Does the dwarf do anything when he sees him come to?
I look around. My vision is extremely blurry. I can barely make out any details. Everything's just blurry figures to me. So just kind of regaining consciousness.
As he just picks you up by the shirt a little bit and slaps you right across the face.
I. Where am I? I haven't what? What?
Listen, I don't got time for this all day. Either be alive or be dead.
Well, I'm a... What? Dude. Why'd you do that? That was not necessary.
Would bring you back from being unconscious.
No, the slap!
Oh.
Ah!
You seem to be struggling.
Well, yeah. You wanted you to know what the 5 fingers said to the face.
Grizzle starts rattling his chains hard.
Where am I?
Same here.
Not much time! Where are you? Where are my friends?
I don't know. You look at me and tell me who I am.
What's my name?
I look at...
If you recall, he had a striking resemblance of someone.
Yes, I remember that.
Do you not recall?
No, I don't.
Another dwarf you know. Not in your party.
Gundren?
Whoa.
Gundren?
Yeah. What was the last name?
Wait. This is Gundren?
No, it's his brother.
Rock? Deep rock.
No, that wasn't it.
Gundren.
By the way, that's not my name.
Where's Gundren?
Well, what was it, boy? I've been trying to remember. I'm Hobak.
Fuck, that's right. Where's my stuff?
No, for the love of God, I've been trying to remember for like 2 years. He said I looked like a Gundren what?
Rock Seeker.
Yeah, that was it.
Rock Seeker.
How did you know this guy?
I don't know him. I just know of him.
What did he do?
He knows Gundren. I point over at Garibaldi.
No, you obviously met the man. You said I looked just like him. What did he do?
Fuck Gundren.
He wanted us to, like, protect Wave Echo Cave and cleanse the darkness. Make contact with Martin Kanan to cleanse this world of undead.
Lord. Snot and Dane, I want you to give me perception checks.
Okay. 3.
19.
You hear shuffling just outside of the building. Alright. So we did all this. You don't, Dane. I'm assuming you thought that with your 3. Now, you fellas were talking about a mine.
Mm-hmm.
You found it, he found it, what?
We found it.
For him?
Yeah. We had the gem revealed it to us.
Do you have it?
Does it look like I have it?
Good point.
But I know where it might be. Help my friends loose.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Persuasion. What is? Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I've got +5. 11.
Alright. I won't let them free. But I'll take off their mouth thingies.
Alright.
Which one of the two that are next to you? As you look back and forth, you see Dane and Snod.
Dane and Snot. That one. Snot. The half-leg.
Alright. As he approaches you, squatting against the floor with shit still in your hands.
It's held high.
Keep that chin up, son.
This dwarf Hobak comes over to you and just pulls out a small blade and just cuts away at the gag that's around your mouth and removes it. Your jaw is just sore from being open.
It's kind of friendly.
Months. What's that?
It's kind of friendly.
Seems friendly enough. Doesn't really seem to give too much of a shit.
Who the hell are you?
What?
Who the hell are you?
I'm sorry, this ear is bad.
So who the hell are you?
Hobak. We have met before.
Have or have not?
We have.
Have? When?
I don't know, like 2 years ago. Whenever you fuckers were last year.
2 years.
Shit, that's probably almost 3 now.
What do you want right now?
Well, I'm just holding up an end of the bargain, so you can just sit there and stay shut the fuck up. And we're gonna go back and continue to have our conversation.
Yeah, I don't think you want to talk to me like that, man.
Who do you? And he takes a few steps back over towards JJ. Alright? Where is this stone?
We came from Vandalin.
A.
Wait. And Gariel? Lady Gariel? She might know. Or was it Ride-Off? Probably start with Gariel. Sister Gariel.
Sister Gary, alright?
Vandalin, she's the priestess of the temple.
Alright, so you don't actually have it.
Well, no. Why do you want it so bad?
Oh, I don't. And he just kind of takes a few steps back and just closes the jail cell again. As he does, he looks kind of back over, and he just opens the front door of the prison and just pokes his head out. So, was that enough? And he takes a step back as the scribe and Renard walk into the jail cell. The footsteps that Snot made out from outside of the jail. The scribe looks over. Well, yeah, that was the name that you gave me, and, well, I saw no record of it to Candlekeep when I was there a few months ago. So, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I think you could take it on as your moniker if you'd like. I kinda like it. Sounds better than Hovak. I mean, shit. You have to clear your throat to say the damn thing. Gendrin. Kinda sounds like it has a power behind it. He looks over at Gerbo. What do you think, little one? Does it have a good power behind it? Gendrin. Anyhow, I think we have enough to go off of. As he looks at Renard. Renard finally just sighs. Yes, fine. But this will pay the debts that you have to the town. But you need to come back with something. I mean, we have enough information to go off of. This can be your moniker, that's fine. If you need to find others to aid you, do what you must. But find that mine. The town needs those resources to rebuild.
I cast Healing Word on myself.
As you attempt to do so, you see the little arcane symbol in the center of the room glow. And nothing happens to you.
Strong. Am I remembering this wrong?
The scribe steps over. No, son, you're not remembering it wrong. It's just that's going to stop you from doing any of that. Maybe we should gag him.
Huh? Oh, stop! I resist. I resist!
As they kind of motion and a guard enters in from the street, and they're just like, please, would you just... These two need gags.
Is there anything around me I can grab?
Make a dexterity check. Well, there's nothing around you can grab because you're chained up. It's just your
Oh, I'm
frame.
chained up. Oh,
Yep.
okay. All right. 19 plus modifier 20?
20?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the guard comes over to try to gag you, you just kind of like look like you're going to take it, and at the last second, you just move over, you bite his hand.
You give
Roll
him
me-
rabies,
roll me
and
a
he
D4
dies
worth of damage.
instantly.
I
We win. Good
Joe.
job, Sean.
the guard dies.
What was it?
A very
Two.
slow death.
So he takes 2 points of damage as he comes back and just slaps you, and your head kind of bounces off the back wall as you take 3 points of damage.
I start laughing.
We're in the same room, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to throw my shit.
With your wrist power?
I was gonna say.
Make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Ooh.
Disadvantage.
Yep. Hold on. Okay. Fuck. 4.
No. He's gonna.
See how this one's gonna pan out.
So as you quick turn over, you just let loose with this little flick of your wrist, and there flies a majestic soft turd. As it just lands with a little plop right on the foot of JJ.
Kick it away.
Oh.
What the heck, dude?
As you are now gagged.
He'll die.
And the guard comes over to re-gag you, Snot.
Is he doing it right now?
Yep.
I'll spit in his eyes.
Give me a dexterity check.
21.
As you spit right in his eye, you fucker, and he takes the ball portion of this heavy rope and just throws it against your face.
Oof.
And as he does, it strikes you for 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Is he close enough to me that I can try to grab something off his person?
With your mouth?
Oh yeah, I suppose.
With your hands behind your
with
back?
my hands behind the back, yeah.
With his chin.
No, there's not enough really give. Like, you might have like maybe 12 inches of give between you and the wall. And as he's coming up, making sure he stays in front of you and wrapping it up around your head.
Fair.
So he gags you successfully after you successfully spit in his eye, and you just see him walking out, like trying to rub it out. Like, fuck, that burns! What the hell? Like, oh, it stinks!
Dane's just laughing the whole time.
As the guard is starting to leave, you just see Renard look to Hovak. Well, Hovak, or Gundren, be on your way. I mean, the faster you can find that mine, the better. And it should give you enough resource. I expect updates, and again, if you need to bring others to your aid, well, you've always been good at convincing others. Go ahead and do that.
Do we hear all this?
Mm-hmm.
I just start to laugh, knowing that I'll probably never find the mine.
As Hovak gathers his things, just, gentlemen, till another time, I guess.
I just reach back and go, again.
Yeah, fuck you too, dwarf.
I trusted you.
What was that?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Love you too. And he gives you a little as he leaves. Like, not sincere at all, just being an ass. Well, gentlemen, I guess, as Renard looks around, we'll see you in the morning. And see if you can repent then.